A lot of those ideas that are coming through, some of them are good and are successful, some will fail. And we want those things to fail quickly.
So Toby, as the CFO of The Economist circulation business, how has finance influenced the strategy of The Economist circulation business?
Great. If you look back, publishing companies and the marketplace used to really be driven by one area, and it's changed hugely over the last 5 years. In the past, the business model was very simple. It was just a matter of getting advertising revenues in. Of course, we did have a circulation element, but the main thing that people focused on was the advertising business. And that's changed incredibly. Because of digitalization, the amount of spend going out has changed and fragmented. There's all sorts of different areas in which people are spending. And that's had a big impact on our advertising incomes. At the same time, we have an opportunity in the circulation area where we're looking to find globally curious people who are interested in reading high quality journalism, and there's a large number of those people. Finance gets involved by looking into those areas, identifying areas of profitability and helping to make money from circulation. So in the finance team, we have the skills to be able to take a deep dive and analysis into the different drivers, and there are multiple thousands of different drivers, and we have to look into which of those are going to help our innovative marketing people to make the best sales. We can pick out the areas that are of less value and find those that are going to really help to add value and liberate the marketing people to go ahead and work out new ideas. So we work together, and I think that's been very successful to drive circulation growth.
So can you describe the ingredients of a successful partnership between business and finance?
For The Economist, marketing people are extremely creative and love to make up new ideas, like to test out new ideas. And we're lucky to have some really skilled people within the marketing team. In the finance team, we can't sit back and just report on that, give them month-end numbers and do the same thing every day. We have to step up our game to meet the marketeers' expectations. So as they increase their abilities, we have to think in a creative way to match with the marketing creativeness. A lot of those ideas that are coming through, some of them are good and are successful, some will fail. And we want those things to fail quickly. Once they have failed, we can look at how it's failed and try to improve things and feed back to the marketing team. And that gives us a richer relationship. We also used to look back too much into history. We used to be bogged down by history. And sometimes we would see things which seemed very risky and try to put a stop to it or put a cap on the investment because it seemed so risky. Now we're more likely to say, go ahead, test things out and work with the marketing department. And we're going to be sitting with them every day. I sit next door to our CMO, our Chief Marketing Officer, and we speak every day, brainstorm about new ideas. He relies on my input, I rely on his. And we make much better decisions for the business as a whole, rather than working in separate silos.
Especially as media is such a fast-growing industry too.
Absolutely. It is growing very quickly. Media changes every day. There are much different behaviours now, and finance have to think about how we can respond to those quickly as well.
So what would be the key recommendations to companies and businesses that are watching this interview and they want to develop their FP&A trends and also their businesses?
The world is going through huge changes at the moment, and decisions have to be made very quickly. A lot of those decisions need analysis to them to make the right decision. And financial planning and analysis is becoming much more important as a main part of the business process. The Economist really came into the game quite late. We've only recently set up proper FP&A departments, but it has made a huge difference and a really incredible impact. In the past, we would bring someone in who had to have the skills to go across the whole range of FP&A and accounting. So they had to do accounting, they had to do forecasting, they had to do analysis. You'd have one person doing the whole lot. Now we have a team of mixed skills where we'd bring someone in who's really expert in putting together models and modelling out different scenarios. We'd have another expert who could take a deep dive into analysis, and we'd have a data expert. So we have different experts working together as a whole to really get the right sort of FP&A team together. We also, and it's important to remember, that one size doesn't fit all. There's a whole range of organisations, and we need people from the top to be supporting FP&A so that that can go forward. We now have a much broader FP&A community. Larissa, who's running the FP&A Trends group, is promoting that community wonderfully. She goes out and meets people in different areas of work, and we now have 10 different countries that are involved in that community. And that stimulates a great debate around forecasting, how that should be done, and trends. Some of the meetings that I've been to have been extremely enlightening to me, and I think there's a wonderful opportunity. And that really helps us all to think things through. I think what is important is that data infrastructure has to be in place. That's incredibly important. Data helps us all make the right decisions for business. And I know in terms of The Economist's investment, we have looked into data very closely and are improving our solutions, our systems. And we now have a business intelligence team in place that's world-class, that's helping us to develop tools that can give us a much more accurate forecast. And we now can say we really do have a good handle on what's going to happen in the future. It might sound really strange, but we now have a 10-year plan for our subscriptions. Everyone says that that's impossible to know because who's going to know what the world's going to be like in 10 years' time? And I have to agree, it is going to be wrong. And we know the forecasts are going to be wrong. They're always wrong. What we have to do is to learn from those changes and try to make our forecasts more accurate and better. So it's like a virtuous circle that we encourage everyone to develop.
Well, Toby, thank you so much for coming in today and sharing your insights with us.
Welcome.
That's all from us here in the Geneva studios, but if you did like this interview, then please do like and comment on dukascopy.tv.